welcome everybody. Welcome to the Joe Wentz Project TV here on this Friday evening. It is 7:30 p.m. and I'm very excited for this live stream here. With me, joining me, I should say, is a great friend of mine. His name is, he's going by the German Butcher on there. But, his name's Ralph, and he's somebody that I've known since 5th grade, and we've been friends for 40 years. And we've been through a lot of stuff
40
together. 40 long years, man. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so we've
a lot of what people don't understand, a lot of formative years, a lot of embarrassing, awkward years that those are years that I know you got friends now, but I got those special years that helped mold you, into the guy you are now.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, man. Same here, man. Absolutely. Yeah. So we have a lot to touch on here on this. Ralph is somebody who he's not real familiar with YouTube. I don't even know. Do you have an active channel yet on YouTube? No.
No, not my thing at all.
Okay. So he's not. I don't guess he has a channel, but he, as you can see behind him, he has a wall of guitars. We both got our guitars at the same year, Christmas Eve, 1986. There's a cool story. We can talk about that here in just a second. And
I'm glad you remember it was 86.
I do remember that. Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And so we, in the early years, we started trying to learn about the guitar and different things. Pardon me. And if I'm not mistaken, both of us got Memphis guitars. It was called. It looks just like a Stratocaster style body and all that stuff, but it said Memphis on the headstock. And his was red with a white pick guard, and mine was like pearl white. And I don't have that guitar. A lot of guitar players, they save their first guitars, and I don't. Mine got gone years ago. I don't know. Do you still have yours?
It looked a lot like this one here.
Yeah, similar to that.
Right, with the plate.
Right.
Except yours was white. Yours was like a pearl white. I don't even think it was plain. I thought yours, after I got mine was red. I was like, man, I really think his looks better than mine. I was kind of jealous of yours. I don't know if I ever told you that.
Oh no, you never said that.
Yeah, I thought yours was prettier than mine. And I don't know how the discussion came. How did the discussion come about? Let's get guitars the same year. I don't even know how that happened.
I remember we were. You would come over to Mom and Dad's house, and it was right around when Live Without a Net came out on VHS. Mm-hmm. Van Halen, Live Without a Net, and Mom and Dad had that VHS player. They haven't had it long, and you would come over and we would watch that concert after school. We'd watch it, and then when it got to Eddie's solo spot, we were just sitting there mesmerized.
I remember that
by his. And I was like, man, if I could just learn how to do that finger tapping thing, I would do that all day long. And I remember what you said. I still remember this. You was like, "Come on, bro, you would do that all day long. There's so many other things you could do." I remember
you remember strange things, man. I swear.
Well, that's weird because I can't remember what I did last week on a lot of stuff. But
there's so many other things you could have done all day long.
Yeah, right. And but I think that's what kicked off the idea of us wanting to get guitars. Oh, and if you remember, we went to the lake. I
have a lot of memories from the lake, and that guy named Max.
That's the guy we saw play, and we were.
He was amazing.
Around. He was incredible. He had a blue sparkly Fender Strat with a white pick guard, and he was sitting there jamming. Right. And I looked at you and I said, "Man, do you see that dude over there?" Because they were like warming up for that night's gig.
Yeah. And he let us, get up and close with his stuff, and he kept making comments. I'm so into that, and he was talking about you. I'm so into the fact this guy's so into it, and you were all about it.
I was very, very, very mesmerized by just watching his hand, and just it was really cool. Real quick, let me say, Bumble us in the chat. R2R3 Lockingnut, Edwin Crane. We got people filing in. Thank y'all so much for stopping by and saying hello. We hope you enjoy this live stream. but yeah, I remember we walked up. I had some old boom box, and I had a cassette in there, and I said, "Dude, can I record you while you're warming up?" I said, "Can I
Do you
record
still
you
have
while you're
that?
playing?"
Do you
No,
still have that
no,
recording?
no.
Oh man, that'd be
I
incredible
wish
to
I
hear.
did.
Maybe if we heard it now, it wouldn't be as good as we thought it was at the time.
It could be,
But the
man.
memory I have in my head, he was amazing. He played every Van Halen thing. Didn't he do Eruption
He played the intro for "Ain't Talking About Love," and at the
yeah, he
time,
did do that.
I did. At the time, I didn't know what that was. I didn't.
No.
I had no idea. I didn't know. Because I remember he was warming up, and I was just like, I kept looking at you. I said, "Man, this guy's incredible," and he's like, "What do y'all want me to play?" And then I looked at you, and you looked at me, and he was like, "I don't know. This was your idea." And I was like,
I know, right?
I remember I sounded so stupid. I was like, "Can you play some Bryan Adams?" He was like, "I don't know any
Oh
Bryan
my
Adams."
God, did you really? I don't remember that. Bryan Adams.
Yeah, I
Oh my
remember
God.
that.
I'm
And
sure I
he's
turned
like,
around and walked away, didn't I?
yeah, you looked
I'm
at me
not
like,
with him.
"Dude,
I'm not with him.
yeah." He was like, "Really?" You know, I didn't know of
That's the
anything
best you
else,
can come
man.
up with, right?
I
It did
didn't
put
know
us
of
on
any.
the spot.
Because I didn't know any guitar stuff. I was like, "Fuck, I don't know,
Oh
man."
no, we were raw, very raw.
Yeah, we was listening to old school rap and stuff.
I had actually
UTFO and all that shit.
a tape of us playing when we plugged into this old time stereo, the headphones jack, and that's the sound straight to the guitar, and it made this screeching crazy sound. But I thought it was the best thing ever, and I have a tape of that. And if I find it, yeah, we're gonna
Oh,
play it on the air. People need to
oh,
know
Lord.
where this Joe come from.
Oh Lord, that's horrible. Oh my God. But yeah, it was. But yeah, I mean, we stood there and watched him. I remember the name of that band. They had such a
Do you?
weird name. They were called Syrinx, like
That's
Syrnx.
right. Now that you
And
say it,
I was like, what kind of damn name is that?
what
Syrinx?
the
What the
hell is
fuck does that
Syrinx?
mean? And I remember I think he gave us a pick, and it said Syrinx, and I was
Yes.
like, I don't know what is that? Is that something we're supposed to unscramble or something? I didn't know what the hell that meant.
Rearrange the letters and
I
make
didn't
a
know,
real name
man.
out of it.
I didn't know what it was. I was like, what the fuck is
Uh,
that? But
right.
anyway, I think that's what kick-started the interest in the guitars, and then so
Right.
that was in the summer of '86. So if you fast forward to Christmas Eve, you got your Memphis. I want to say like 2 or 3 days before Christmas, and
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
I remember you because Ralph literally just lived right down the street in the neighborhood. I could ride my bike and be there in 2 minutes, or I could walk and be there, I don't know, 5 or 8 minutes or something. But
5 minutes.
so I remember he called me and he's like, "Dude, I got my guitar." I was like, "It's not Christmas yet." And he goes, "My parents, they don't. It ain't no big deal, man. I got it." And I was like, "Damn." And you said, "What about you? Are you getting yours?" And if you remember, I called the radio station earlier in the year, and I won that stupid telephone call-in talent show, and I did
Yeah, with your voice.
the
Yeah.
drum bullshit, and I won $100. And
Yeah.
I went to Reliable Music. That was the store that we all went to back in the day. It was an
I love
independently
that
owned music store.
reliable music.
Oh
I had
man,
forgotten about that.
yeah, we went there, and I put the Memphis guitar and the Gorilla amp on layaway with $100, and they gave you, hey Johnny, what's going on? They give you, I think it was like 60 days to pay off the layaway, or you lost
Yeah.
everything. So
Do you remember what the guitar cost? I want to say it was like 129.
I don't
Am
know.
I wrong?
I couldn't tell you, man. I
But
couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
back in '86, 129 must, probably was the equivalent of $500. I don't know.
I don't know what the equivalent would be, but it would. I just remember I didn't. All I had was the $100, and I kept looking in the mailbox every day for that check because number
Yeah.
one, I couldn't believe I won because I don't ever win anything, And then I asked the guy, the producer said, "Well, you'll get the money and the check in 6 to 8 weeks," and I was like, "Damn, that's a long time," So I remember when it came, it was It was on there, WROQ, paid to the order of Joseph Stewart Wentz. I was like, holy shit, I got $100,
Right.
And that was a big deal when you're 16,
Well, absolutely.
because we were working part time at the grocery store making crap money, you know, at Bilo. Remember that? We was working
Working
part-time
part
at
time
Bilo.
at the 5 and dime.
Yeah, Brian Adams. Yeah, there you go. So
Brian Adams.
who would have thought that would have come back around? Anyway, so but yeah, and so I asked my parents. I said, "Can y'all pay that off for my Christmas?" And they was like, we,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see." You know, and then so you fast forward to the Christmas, and you know, you got yours, and he's like, "You getting yours, right?" And I was like, "I haven't seen it." And he was like, "Have you checked everywhere in that house?" And I was like, "Yeah." And it was always a golden rule, man. You go in your parents' room, you better not touch anything.
Yeah,
You know,
they know if you touch. They know if you mess with
Spe-
something. I think my parents used to lock their door. As a matter of fact.
Yeah, especially with me being the only child. If something gets, you know, moved or messed up, it's nobody else but me, right?
Who else they're going to blame? You can't blame
Yeah.
it on anybody else.
Yeah, I can't blame it on the dog, you know. And so I sit there and Rick Hefner, hey man, how you doing? Everybody jumping in. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you so much. If you're just joining, real quick, let me just say this is my great friend Ralph that I've known since I was 10 years old, and we're just going over some great old memories real quick about guitar and how we got into guitar, and then I'll let him tell his story in just a second. And
I got a story. What did I do?
oh, I don't know. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Ralph's like, nah, bitch, you're talking enough
What
for both
story
of
I
us.
got?
But anyway, so I was like, man. So I remember you said, have you checked everywhere in that house? And I said, yeah. And you said, there's one place I bet you haven't checked. And I said, what's that? And you said the trunk of your parents' car. And I said, no, I've not checked. And I remember we was on the phone. This was late in the evening. And you said, can you get their keys? And I was like, yeah, I guess I could. But if I get caught, it's going to be my ass. You know, 'cause my dad, he didn't fuck
Oh man,
around.
your dad didn't take no shit. He scared me. Your dad scared me.
I mean, Pops didn't play around, you know.
No.
What are you doing in here? You know, so I just, so I told you, I said, hang on a minute, man. So I put the phone down on the table and I went upstairs and I got the keys and I came back downstairs and went out the bottom door of the living room or the den, snuck out, popped the trunk light come on. There it was. There was the guitar box.
And there it was, like
amp.
yep.
Like, you know, like the fucking, you know, like the angels are just singing, you know. And I was like, holy shit.
It was such a relief, wasn't it? It was there.
Yeah, because I was like, that 100 pounds just went, just, you know, I was like, and I closed the trunk lid really lightly and didn't want to, you know, wake the dog up or nothing. And I went back in and I was like, dude, it's there. And he was like, I told you, like that. So that's just one quick story.
That's the story how we got the guitars. And you know how many? Can you think of how many thousands of kids would get guitars and play it for 30 seconds and figure out how difficult it was, and then there it sits in the corner. You know, there's probably thousands of those stories. So for us to get guitars and to continue playing them, you know. But you got to put in the work. It's a lot of work.
You have to put in the work,
you know,
man. That's
scales, chords, constant. You know, just up and down. You know, it's on and on. And if you don't put in the work, and you get the small gratifications. Oh wow, that sounded cool. Oh, I can actually do this. And the more you do, and the better it gets, the more it's like a rush. You know,
you get inspired.
And you've always been better than me. I always knew it from the get-go.
Oh,
shut up! You have always been better.
No, man. It's not a competition about anything. It's just
it's not what I'm saying, Joe. It's not. I know it's not a competition, but it's a fact. And I remember, and you remember when you did the talent show at school and you played Led Zeppelin,
rock and roll.
You remember?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And then you remember after that? Oh, everybody wanted to be Joe's friend then. You know, and you know, I'm like, hey man, I've been his friend since 5th grade. Now he gets on stage and shows his ass and shows what he can do, and now all of a sudden everybody wants to be Joe's friend.
Wait a minute now.
Yeah, that's the fact too.
Dry Heat 480, Daniel Horsley, welcome, man. It's good to see everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here. I do remember the talent show because actually somebody in the audience was recording the whole show, and that
I did not know that.
There was a girl that was sitting behind me in one of my classes, and she said that her parents recorded it on a, the cameras
big
back
gas
then that sat
camera.
on your shoulder, and it took a full size VHS tape. And
So
I
that
think
video exists somewhere.
I actually have it here somewhere, but
What?
I don't know where it's at. I have to really do some looking, but
Did you try your parents' trunk? It's probably in your parents' trunk of your car.
But no, it's man, nah, it's I really don't want to bring that video up. So the last time I saw it, it was really embarrassing because it was
Really. I have nothing, but I was like, I was sitting there in the audience with my mouth open. It was fantastic. Is it not as good as I remember?
No, it's just the it's the clothes. I couldn't color coordinate.
If you talk
with
about sound quality, I'm going to come over and whoop your ass.
No, it wasn't nothing to do with that.
I know
it was just
you're stickler
just
for your sound quality.
No, it was just it was just the way I was dressed, man. I had like this red ball cap on, and I had this white and green sweat and the red sweatpants and Chuck Taylor. I was like, what the hell was I wearing?
You used to wear some flamboyant pants. I know that.
Oh my God, I don't know what I was thinking back then, man.
Well, I mean, you were an individual. It was tough being your friend. I won't lie.
Hey, Jamal, how are you, man? Thank you for being in here. Thank you, everybody, for being in here. Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. But I do remember the talent show. That was something that I remember very well. Because I remember after I got done, I went to the boys' facilities, and I had that little jam box sitting to the side because I recorded my little performance. And so I said, at least I have it on tape. And I was sitting in the floor of the boys' facility, and I pressed play, and the show was still going on. It's just my part was done. I'm sitting there listening, and I lit up a cigarette. And you remember the drama teacher, Mr. Moss? He walked in. He walked in, and I was like, holy shit, I'm busted. But man, it was the coolest moment ever. He looked at me, and he just kind of smiled, and he's like that. And he came in, he did his business. He did his business. He did his business, and he looked at me and goes, because I was sitting there listening to my performance on tape, and he just went like that, and he walked right about and didn't say a word. I was like, God damn, that is fucking cool as shit, But yeah, it was awesome, man. It was awesome. But so there's a lot of cool memories like that, man. A lot of great things.
Well, we have a lot of musical history too. And a matter of fact, I'm holding a CD right here, Joe. See if you can see that. You see that?
Let me solo you here so people can see. Oh, let's see. Okay. Now, okay, go ahead.
Fast cars, and you see that? You remember that?
Fast cars and purple guitars down on my luck.
I have another one. The Joe Wentz project. I think it's upside down. My bad.
Upside down.
Joe Wentz project, and it's got a lot of our both of us together
God.
on there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now, how old are those? You reckon?
Oh my God, the case is cracked. The CD, the CD is the stickers ripped off of it.
Oh God.
But it still plays fantastic, Joe. There's some good music on this CD.
Really?
And it has Eric singing on there. And, I got a lot of noise out of that little drum machine that I used, the Alesis
drum machine.
It was simpler as opposed to dragging some drums to your house. Well, the drum machine worked fine,
It did.
It was still the same concept. I had to get the same sound of it out of it. The beat that's in my head, I brought it to the drum machine.
Yeah.
And thank goodness for the drums, because like I said, you were a better guitar player than me, and I've always liked the drums. And then especially after cutting my finger off, the drums kind of saved me musically.
Right.
Because I'm always going to be a guitar player. I'm going to try my best, but missing my index finger, the drums was a way for me to express myself. Because the guitar
keep pursuing your musical dream. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So which and I like playing the bass too. The bass is great too.
Yeah, that's,
of course, it's keyboard. And you're
right.
the same way. You play. You're an amazing keyboard player. And I don't know if anybody knows that about you.
No.
Do they? Do you ever play keyboard?
No.
You don't.
I did it.
Buy this album. There's a lot of keyboard on there.
Yeah, buy that album. It'll be in the dumpster behind Best Buy.
No.
But we need to get those songs. If I could get a copy of that, or if y'all could figure out how to send it to me through a file or something, we could showcase that music on here live for everybody to hear.
Oh, sure. I'd be proud of. I am very proud of this because we took time with this. Now, granted, this was. How old were we? Maybe 25.
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm proud of. I mean, when you listen to it, I hear some mistakes. I hear.
Oh, of course.
But
you can hear it. You can
the
hear that
soul's
growth.
there. Yeah, you know what we were trying to get at. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. I would love to hear those. I have not heard that stuff in 25 years, man. I haven't. I have no idea.
And that's what. Well, the thing about this, you've always liked the blues. You know, you've always liked the blues, and I'm more of a metalhead. And when you combine those two, it's like you would slow me down, and I would bring you up, and we'd meet in the middle. Music that come out and the music that come out of that was fantastic.
It was awesome, man. It was what the drum machine that you just talked about a minute ago, the Alesis.
Yes.
I bought that because the one I bought the same kind you had because the sounds were at the time. Those drum sounds were really great for that time.
At the time, yes.
At the time. What was it? An Alesis? What was it? Do you remember
I don't know.
It was just like what you had, but anyway, Nathan has it. He still has it. He sent me a picture of it. Like, yeah, I gave it to him a long time ago.
Too?
Yeah.
Okay.
He sent me a picture of that, and I said, "Oh my God, I have not seen that in probably 20-something years." And
you had a 4-track recorder that you had left at my house, and I finally threw that away. It wouldn't even turn on anymore. But yeah, there's been a lot of equipment exchanged and instruments traded, and
a
lot of stuff over the years. So
that's and I think that old 4-track was like an old Fostex, and it took
my God, it was a big
tapes.
God, my God, it's this big overreacting thing with big knobs and the cassette player. Oh man, but that's what all this was recorded on.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. And I was always trying to figure out how can we record this and do this and do that. I was always been infatuated by that, even today, because I think when you start with a blank canvas, not to go to the artistic route here, but when you do that and you put all the stuff in, you get done. The reward is when you listen back. It's like, damn, and just like with those CDs right there. Man, I'd love to listen to that. I mean, I'm sure we'd get a good laugh out of it, but still, it'd be really cool it's like, man, I don't even remember doing that.
There's a couple things on there that will make you go, what the hell was that? But as a whole, I think they're really good. And I think if we took them now and redid them, played them again, I think we could up them to another level. It'd be fantastic.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Dave Randalls, hey, man, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. Edwin Crane says he would love to hear that music.
It's amazing, no doubt.
And but it's just a great way to go down memory lane with music. Music is such a great timestamp in your life.
Exactly, and it's kind of what hooked us back up now again. You know what I mean? It
did. Yeah, Ralph reached out to me not long ago, and he said, "Dude, I found these old CDs of us playing these songs." And I was like, "You have them old CDs?" Because I have no idea. I was going through some things in my life years ago that I had to change my situation, and a lot of stuff I just left. And I was like,
"Yes, I did the same thing.
Fuck all that shit." I didn't even think about it.
It ain't worth it. Don't even take. Don't work. Yeah, get out.
But I'm thankful that you have that because, man, we got to figure out a way to get that sent so we can share it. Hopefully we can do another stream like this sometime.
I'll get it uploaded onto my laptop and I'll send it to you somehow.
That'd be great.
But the reason we're here today it's kind of stupid, really. I mean, it was a small little thing. I had a bad day at work and I was aggravated. So I come home and did this little aggressive guitar thing just for the fact I could put drums to it. And then I thought, oh, well, that turned out okay. It was about a minute and a half long, just a little short thing because it was real.
Right.
I could do some aggressive drums to it. I said, you know what? I'm gonna send it to Joe, see what he thinks of it. Well, he liked it so much, he thought he wanted to add. He said, man, that sounds cool. I want to jam to it. And I'm like, I don't know how the hell you're going to do that. I sent it to him on my phone, and somehow he took it, put it on his computer, did some bullshit with it, and sent it back to me. And and it turned out really good. I mean, for a spur of the moment thing, there was no practice to it. He sent it back in like 30 minutes. So that tells you how much time he spent on it. And I think I spent 30 minutes, about the same amount of time. I did the guitar thing, and I think I did the drum thing 4 or 5 times. I was like, just to get it, halfway right. And there's some mistakes. So I hate to think what we could do if we actually worked at it. You know what I mean? If you and me got together and did something, oh my God, we could have a masterpiece. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. That's the one thing I can say that not only have we been friends just on a friendship level, but when music came in to the friendship, we always had that connection where we could read each other. It
was just easy. It was easy. You know what I mean? It's like I could look at you and I know when you're fixing to change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you could, here we go.
Yeah.
And it would flow so good. And to find somebody like that is rare. Yeah. So, we would have had a hell of a band. You know what I mean?
It is rare. It's hard to find, but
it's like a drug.
Yeah. He sent me that clip yesterday, and I was like, "Damn, dude, that sounds like something Dawkins would do or something." Jim Guidry, if you're watching, there's your Dawkins reference, my friend. Jim Guidry loves Dawkins. He loves Dawkins. He's an amazing guitar player, and he sounds so much like George Lynch when he plays. It's incredible. You can hear that Lynch influence in his playing. But I want to showcase this clip right now, everybody that's watching. And Ralph, you've already seen it, but we're going to showcase. This is the clip, because I sent it to you. And
I know, I'm just joking, dude.
I wanted to go ahead and showcase it on here. Now, just let me preface this so people will know.
Yeah, I mean, for what it is, I think it's good. Like I said, we spent about an hour, and this is what we come up with. So.
Right, and this is just off the cuff. Now, Ralph is not in the video because he doesn't. I just sent him something on my phone. That was it. That was all. I mean, now in the future we may do something like that, but this is is at the baby. We're at baby steps here. Yeah, this is him. Just he did the audio, and he's playing the drums. He's playing the guitar, and he recorded it on his multi-track recorder, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes. And then go ahead. And then you got it.
Yeah, and then he sent me the audio. So he's not in the video, but the drums and the rhythm guitar, all that stuff you hear is Ralph. That's him. And I just kind of followed his lead, and I said, well, I'm going to noodle around with it if it's okay with you. He said, yeah, go ahead. So this is what came of it. So I just titled it Ralph's Jam Take One. That's what I did because I didn't know what this. So here we go. Here's what came of. This is the first time we really jammed together in a long time.
Exactly. It just a fluke is what it was.
Right. Even though it's been, probably 20-something years, but so here we go. Here's the Ralph's Jam. Take number 1. There we go, man. Ralph's Jam, take number
Take it
one. That
That
was
just comes from having a bad day, and I just wanted to beat the shit out of some drums, so that's what I did. And I thought it just turned out good for just being what it is. I mean, it's not a complete song. It's not put together as a song, but just to be a quick little thing, I thought, hey, hell, that's cool. And it just kind of snowballed, great. Which brought me to where I'm on this fucking camera right now.
Yeah, it was great, man. We're getting some great reaction in the chat, man. We got Miss Sonia says that is totally awesome. Edwin Crane with the horns. Everybody's giving the fire icons and the horns, and everybody's really liking it. Man, thank y'all very, very much. Thank y'all. Yeah, that's the first time we've actually played any music together in forever. Jamal Kareem says he loves to hear two friends talk about old times. Well, you're in the right place, my friend.
It is. Yeah. And you know what? Whenever we would get together and do stuff, normally I would gravitate toward the drum. The drum's got to be done. That's my job. You play guitar, but you always, if I did something that you enjoyed on the guitar, you let me do that. You know, you would let me. It's like, because there's some on these CDs here, some songs that I'm like, oh damn, he actually let me play the guitar all the way through the song. That was cool. Like, you always throw lead on there. Now, I didn't mean that as a bust on you at all, but like I said, you always were better at the guitar than me. But I just was always more aggressive with what I like, and you're more mellow. I don't know how to explain it, but when you put it together, it sounds really good.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, that was fun, and it took me a while to get it back to you because I was my computer needed to be
rebooted. Hell, it
was
like within the hour. What are you talking about?
Well, I figured you were sitting there going, "Holy shit, dude! How long is this minute and a half clip going to take?" But
I thought, I don't know what kind of process you have to go through. I thought I was going to be, I'll get back to you tomorrow. And that's what I really thought. But it was like an hour later. I'm like, all right, you played it, you listened to it, played it. Did your lead thing, recorded it, mixed it, sent it back to me in less than an hour. And you know what? You need to open a recording studio.
Nah, man. But it's just when you shoot videos and you learn how to edit, you kind of get everything down to like a little science. You kind of get a little routine, and
you do it over and over, so you understand.
Yeah, it's just like tying your shoes, man. After a while, you don't even have to watch your hands. It's a reflex. Not that what I'm doing
it's muscle memory.
Reflex. Right. You just have certain steps that you always do. Fruitcake Tony is in the house. Hey, Tony, what is going on, man? Thank you very much for being here. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We're going to take a quick break, maybe a minute quick break. We'll be right back. We got a message from Rob's Music Store, so stand by.
I love
Here
Rob.
we go. Yeah, Rob is crazy, man. Here we go. Rob's Music Store.
What's up, everybody? Rob from Rob Music Store. What's going on, man? I just want to come on here real quick and let you know, man, we doing good over at Rob's Music Store. Man, you need to come on and check us out, man. We got some cool stuff, some cool guitar, bass. You need some string? We got some strings for you, man. Cables, strap, you name it, bro. We got it. And there's something else we got now. That's right. Rob Music Store expanding. We got some damn shirts now. Check out this boy. Woo! Goddamn. What you talking about, son? What you talking about? We got it going on now. So check out this cool assortment of merch that we got now for Rob Music Store. That's right. Ain't playing around no more. You want to get with the right stuff, get with the right crowd, get you some cool merch, motherfucker. Wear you some Rob Music Store shit. That's right. Check it out. And be sure to put on your merch while you playing your guitar, because you ain't shit unless you got your Rob Music Store merch on. Other than that, get the fuck out of here. That's about all I got for right now. Until next time, this is Rob for Rob Music Store. Peace, everybody.
Rob with a public service announcement there that he has shirts available. If you look at the links in the description of this live stream, you'll see information about that. So if you're curious or interested in a Rob's Music t-shirt, they are available now. Fruitcake Tony got one today, as a matter of fact.
You've always had a wide variety of voices and characters. Your whole life you have. Yep.
I don't know, man. I think it's fun to have a great imagination, and
you always have. I mean, I know in the early days, the school years, people thought you were strange and weird.
Yeah, I was,
I stuck by you, man. I stuck by you.
Oh, you did. I appreciate it. Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You used to ride around the neighborhood wearing a cape on your bicycle. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I did, man. Oh, my God.
No.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
I can't talk. I used to make a tinfoil mask like I was a superhero, so. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
The shit you do when you're a kid.
It was
That's
funny,
what I was
man.
talking about, the formative years. That's the formative years I'm talking about right there.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
I stuck by you, Joe. You owe me, man.
I do. Actually, I do, man. I sure do. Absolutely, man. Holy smokes, man. But I think that little song come out good, and I think we really need to do something really bigger. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
A full song or something. Yeah, we absolutely need to.
Yeah, we do. We do need to do that. I'm gonna try to look this up again. I couldn't save it because I had to shut my computer down. But there's something I'm gonna attempt here to share the screen. Let's see.
First time on TV?
No. I want to. Let's see. I should have had this set up before, but I think I could get back to it pretty easy here. Let's see if we can find it. That's similar. Of course, it's not going to be in the same spot. Oh, come on, man. What in the world?
Yeah, it's like watching paint dry.
Yeah, your Charvel, does it have two humbuckers, or is it one humbucker and two single coils? There it is, right there.
Well, hold on a second.
Okay, that's yep, a humbucker and two single coils. That's great. Okay, that's what I was wanting to know. That's awesome. Okay, let's see here.
What are you looking up the history of my guitar?
I was wanting to let you see this. Let me share a screen here really quick. Let's see. Okay, this one here. Let me make sure this one's okay. All right, now you tell me if you can see that.
Yes.
You should be.
Oh my God, is that my guitar?
That looks like your guitar right there.
It looks like my guitar.
Okay, so we're going to change. Apparently, this guitar has already been sold. This is an old listing on Reverb. I'm not sure how old it is, but let me change the denomination so we'll see how much it was sold
I tried
for.
doing some research on that guitar, and we could not come up with anything. So that's why I'm so surprised that you found that.
Yeah, I just got lucky, I guess. Okay,
and the only reason is because it's over 30 years old, and I'm just wondered, is it worth anything? Is it some kind of special edition? They don't even do that font anymore.
Yeah, it's all right. So according to this, now I don't know when this was sold, but whoever got it, I think they lived in Australia. So I went ahead and changed the denomination back to USD. And so if it was bought in the U.S., it sold for, with shipping included, it sold for $479.
That sucks assholes, dude. I paid over $900 back in the day.
Well, what year is it? Isn't it like a 80? This is a
89. I was 19 years old when I bought that.
Okay, all right. So I don't know what year this one is, but it looks awful close.
I was 89 when I bought it. So I don't know, man. It's like a it's not a starburst pattern. It's like a leopard pattern. I don't know if that shows up on camera or not, dude.
But
I don't know if that shows up, but I don't know if the pattern of the actual guitar shows up.
There is
now. Look, that guitar that you're showing me looks darker around the edges. Well, this is kind of darker around the edges now that I'm looking at it. Hell, I've had it for 30 years. I didn't notice that. That sucks ass.
This is very similar to your guitar, and this guitar has,
yes, sir.
The pickups were upgraded to Seymour Duncan's. I don't know if that's what you have or what, but this guitar is actually in great shape.
The pickups have Jackson on the pickups. I mean, that's what they say.
Okay, so they're Jackson, factory Jackson. So see, that answers my question, because you're the Charvel. Your Charvel, it has like a Jackson type headstock, and it's the word Charvel is written in that Jackson font.
In the Jackson font, yes.
Yeah, and I was always.
And I haven't seen that. They've changed that font to look like a guitar
right there
that says Charvel. Look at that is it.
That's it. Look, see, that's what always blew my mind. I was like, why is it like a Jackson? Charlie like, S. What's going on?
Is it part of the Jackson company, right? I makes you think that, doesn't it?
Apparently, I would.
Yeah, that's what it says, right? Jackson.
Yeah, I mean
that looks just like that.
R2, R2R3 Lockingnut. He's in the chat. I'm sure he could let us know, because I don't. When it gets down to this kind of stuff, I have no clue.
The particulars. Hey Joe, while we're here, do you remember this guitar strap that's on this guitar? That's yours, buddy, from 20-something years ago. You don't remember that? Paint splattering guitar.
Oh, that's the Vinnie Moore strap. That's the Vinnie Moore strap. Yeah.
That's your strap, man. You don't remember that? Oh, and I got another one of yours too. It's a damn it, it's on my bass. It's purple and it's got lightning all over it. That's yours too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how I got them or why I got them. For all I know, I stole them from you. I don't know.
But yeah, that's wild, man. I do. R2 says Charvel is owned by Jackson, so there we go.
Well, it stands to reason. I mean,
Yeah, it makes sense, because I was like, I remember when I first saw that guitar when he first got it, I said, man, that looks like a Jackson headstock with the. I said, I didn't know, how are they allowed to do that? Well, now we know. So
I don't particularly go toward Jackson, but coincidentally, my bass is Jackson, my Flying V is Jackson, my latest guitar it's a Jackson, then I got the Charvel. It's just coincidental, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. It's crazy. Quentin James in the house. Hey man, how are you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Thank you very much, everybody, for stopping by. Very cool. Very cool. But yeah, that's
What's your favorite guitar, Joe? You're going to say Eddie Van Halen, aren't you? It's the EVH Standard. EVH Standard.
It would be right now, yes. Yeah, you are correct.
All right.
Yeah, I got a couple of them back behind me, but those guitars play great. I mean, for me, they play really good. I mean, it's just like I play the standards more than I do the specials, and the specials cost double the money. And I was like, damn, so just my 2 cents. But what about you? There's a new Jackson behind you back there. So.
Yes, this is my new one right here, Joe. And
can we show that off there for a second?
It's funny you say something about this one here. Yeah, I love this guitar. That's my brand new one.
Beautiful.
It was 600 and some change.
Very nice.
I've got an issue with it, Joe, and I noticed it the other day. When I get it higher up on the neck, it gets out of tune at the slightest. And if I just literally just barely touch the fine tuning knobs, it'll kick back into tune, man. It doesn't make any sense. I just had a setup done on it.
Yeah, it sounds like there might be a.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like if I'm down lower on the neck, it's in tune. I get up higher, it's not in tune. I mess with the fine tuning. I can barely touch it. It kicks into tune.
That sounds like an intonation issue. That's what it sounds like.
Exactly. That's words I don't want to mess with.
It's actually.
You want to do all that? Intonation?
Yeah. It's actually it's not bad. It's really easy to fix that. It's not hard. Not hard at all.
Right.
It's really not.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's you got that at Guitar Center though, right?
I did get that at Guitar Center. The one in Greenville, I did.
Oh, you went to Greenville. I thought you went to Spartanburg. Okay.
Coincidentally, we were out toward Greenville, and we stopped in there. And that guitar caught me. The color caught my eye. That's what.
Oh yeah,
me.
that's what I always.
I tried several others. I tried several others just to make sure that I wasn't just buying a guitar for the color. And I kept going back to that one, and that one played the best to me. So
that's always what'll get you is that color in the beginning.
Yep. I know it's the '80s color. I get it. Yeah, the '80s were the best.
That was our decade.
And there you go. There's the '80s right there.
I mean, that was our decade, man.
I mean, I'm not ashamed of it either.
No, I'm not either. There was a lot of great music that came out in that. A
lot
decade,
of fantastic music. It was carefree music that didn't have to have a point. They weren't trying to make a statement. It was fun, easy music. What
were some of your bands of that era? Some of your favorite bands, from that era?
We're gonna go down that road.
I remember one that was huge for you, but I'll see if you bring it up before I say anything.
Well, the most stuff in my house is Ozzy Osbourne in my house because of Zakk Wylde in particularly. Right. Zakk is one of the most amazing guitar players. Now, I'm not putting Randy Rhoads. I've got Randy Rhoads posters in my house, but Zakk, he's the pinch harmonics. Once I figured out how to do a pinch harmonic, oh my God, I was hooked. And then Zakk, he uses those a lot. So I mimic that a lot when I play. Because they're easy to do once you figure them out. So the pinch harmonic got me hooked. So Zakk Wylde's one of my favorite guitar players. Now he's a jackass. If you ever listen to him do interview, he's a total jackass, but an amazing guitar player. Oh yeah, he's an asshole.
I think in the older interviews, I think maybe he had some.
I prefer the young Zakk. Before he grew this beard and he's wearing a kilt. I can't stand it, man. I prefer the young Zakk.
He looks like a Viking or something. I was like, what are you doing, man? But I mean, hey, but
he's still a great guitar player, man.
Yeah. Nevertheless, he's an incredible guitar player. I have one of his signature models behind me. It's an Epiphone. Zakk Wylde.
No, I have that same guitar except in miniature. I have a miniature Zakk guitar.
Yeah.
If you're willing to trade that guitar for something, I'd like to take it off your hands.
I love the guitar, but the neck is just
what, too fat?
It's hard for me to maneuver, especially when you get in high registers. It's just I can't.
Really?
I've always it's a great playing guitar.
That sounds like you don't really want that anymore. I got this guitar right here I'm willing to trade.
I don't know about that.
No. All right. I traded you that PV amp, man. And I still have that Gorilla head for that damn amp you traded me.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I still have the head. I literally do.
Yeah, I know. I remember when you...
To the speakers, but I still have the head.
We got Edwin Crane says he has been to see Black Label Society a few times live in concert. Have you seen him live in concert?
Not Black Label Society. I've seen Ozzy, but that was back in the day before Zakk grew the beard.
Oh,
They put on an amazing show, and we were going to see Ozzy. I think was it last year, and paid I think $1,200 to $1,300 a ticket, and he ended up canceling that concert. So
$1,200 to $1,300 a ticket.
Yes, absolutely. And well, it was a meet and greet too. Let me put that in there. We're going to go back, be able to go back and meet them, and everything. And you could bring 2 items for them to sign and that kind of thing.
Okay.
But they canceled it. So.
Oh damn!
I think Ozzy's kind of done. I really do.
Yeah, I think. But he's had a fantastic career. I mean.
Well, yeah.
I mean, but I think after so long of,
there's a lot of, you were talking about bands. You remember that I sent you that other little clip where I was trying to play the XYZ song?
Inside Out.
You said, that's Inside Out. Yes, that's a fantastic song. Well, play it with 3 fingers and let me know how far you get with it.
I couldn't do it. Man. My hat's.
So you understand why it wasn't the best. I even gave you the precursor that said, I struggle with this song. It took me a week to get what I sent you. So, and I still can't get it. There's too many. I'm having to change too many times. Missing a finger. So
Yeah, it's. I can only imagine. Quick shout out, Jim Guidry is in the chat. Mr. George Lynch himself. What's up, Mr. Guidry? Thank you for jumping in, man. Really appreciate it.
yeah, I just recently bought a docking CD, man. George Lynch is amazing. He come up around the time Eddie Van Halen and Randy Rhoads were just starting to come out, you know.
Yeah,
and they kind of make a name for themselves.
Yeah.
So George Lynch, he's amazing, man.
He's still amazing. I saw. I think he's got a new ESP Kamikaze guitar out for this year, and I saw. Actually, Jim sent me the little promo video, and I was at first, and I'm not trying to be a jerk here by saying this, but at first I was like, who is that? And because he had his head down, his head was down, and I just saw like white hair. And
it was gray, right?
It was it was George Lynch, and when he looked up, I said, "Holy crap, that's George Lynch!" And of course, I just saw that for a millisecond, and I thought that when I heard the notes.
It's funny you say that. We had just the other day we were watching something, and he had been dyeing his hair, and then we watched another video where he decided to let it go gray, and it was long, and so it was hard to recognize.
Yeah, it was.
Everybody gets old, man.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. You can't. Yeah. I'm not making fun of him at all. I was just kind of.
Well, no.
I was just kind of shocked because I haven't seen him with. He's always been. I don't know how you remember seeing.
You're picturing him from the '80s, right?
Yeah. I mean, and then
Dream Warrior and that.
Yeah. I mean,
like that.
You think that somebody's going to always look a certain way, but I don't know, man. But. Yeah, it was really cool. I was trying to look at the chat. I'm using my phone to look at the chat, so I don't have to mess around on the computer too much. But so who else did you like from the 80s? What other bands? You said Ozzy. I imagine that's your favorite.
That was my biggest. Yeah, Ozzy's my favorite. It is, and it's only because he's always had surrounded himself with some of the best musicians ever. That's one of the biggest reasons I've always liked, and he's an amazing singer. Even when he sings now, I don't know if you're familiar with the newest stuff, his latest albums he's put out, but he's still an amazing singer, man.
He is.
Yeah,
I've always thought that.
He is. God,
I've always thought he's been a great singer. Here's I'm surprised you haven't said this band because it's on your picture for WhatsApp, your avatar picture.
Oh, Stryper.
Stryper, yeah, that was.
Yes, we went to. I went to a meet. We went to me and my wife went to a meet and greet with them. It was amazing. Now the concert itself, dude, they let me down, dude. They acted like they didn't want to. I have some video clips. I recorded it with my phone. They acted like they didn't want to be there. Now the drummer, he always puts on an amazing show. The drummers, he's always amazing. But the rest of them, they just acted like they didn't want to be there, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very disappointing, but nevertheless, we did a meet and greet, so it was cool.
The singer is Michael Sweet, right? And the drummer is Robert Sweet, is his brother.
Yeah, the drummer's Robert. Yeah, and Oz Fox, another guitar player. Tim Gaines, I think, was the bass, but they took the bass player from
Firehouse.
I told you the other Firehouse the other day. Yeah, that's the guy that was there.
Which was a homegrown act from Charlotte. I always supported them big time. They kind of came at the last little wave of that kind of music.
And they kind of kept their career going for a while over in China. The Chinese really loved some Firehouse.
I didn't know that.
I think they were still performing till a few years ago over in China. So that kind of kept their career going for a while. Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I know Mr. Big is huge in Japan.
Oh man, Mr. Big.
Oh,
green tinted 60s, whatever that
60s
song is.
Mine. Green tinted 60s mine. Yeah,
that's an amazing song, man. Mr. Big was cool.
That intro, I love Mr. Big when they came out, but that intro on Green tinted 60s mine, that tapping intro, it was awesome. But hey, my son's in the chat. Nathan's in the chat. What's going on, Nate?
Hey, Nathan, I want that Ibanez back. That yellow Ibanez you got.
He
That
says,
used to be mine, man.
he said, Mr. Big still sounds amazing. Yeah, they do.
Yes,
They do
I know. I looked them up now, and they're still amazing. Paul Gilbert, he's a really great guitar player.
Now, I haven't fact checked this, so I don't know if this is right or wrong. So forgive me if I'm getting this wrong. But I want to say I thought I heard that the drummer had passed away for Mr. Big.
What? No, I hadn't heard that.
I mean, somebody let me know in the chat, but I could have swore I thought I heard that he had passed. Again,
there's so many.
I can't.
You remember? I used to love. Damn it! I can't even. The names escape me. Who played 18 in Life?
Skid Row.
Skid Row. They were one of my favorites.
Skid Row was always awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Skid Row. But there were a lot of one-hit wonders out there. Like the Bullet Boys had a couple good songs, and then Shotgun
I love
Messiah,
that. Their debut album was incredible. Bullet Boys, Smooth Up in You. Yeah.
And believe it or not, Cinderella was never my favorite band, man. I don't know. They had a couple okay songs, and the rest I don't really care for, man. I don't know what it is.
I liked their first
Cinderella
album.
just wasn't my thing.
I liked their first album. What was that? Night Songs, I think. The first album was killer. I loved that first album. It was great. But after that,
how about White Lion? You remember White Lion?
Oh my God, I love White Lion, man.
What is this? Vito Bratta? Vito Bratta?
Man. But see, Vito Bratta that came to a close because when they did their last album, it just didn't chart well. And then Vito Bratta's father got really ill, got really sick. So
wow.
Vito had
to
leave.
Disturbingly a lot about White Lion.
Well, I don't know a lot. I heard some of this on Eddie Trunk's podcast. He did an interview with him.
Oh, Eddie Trunk's podcast. He's on isn't he on the Ozzy's Boneyard?
Yeah, he's got his own show.
Eddie Trunk, I think, he's on some kind of satellite radio station.
Oh my goodness, we got an update here from Fruitcake Tony. He was kind enough to fill us in about the drummer for Mr. Big. Said he passed away from Parkinson's Wednesday.
Really, like this past Wednesday?
I'm assuming. Let me double check here. Pat Torpey, Torpey, drummer of Mr. Big, passed away Wednesday from Parkinson's. Oh my God.
Oh wow.
That's horrible, man.
We need a moment of silence.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it was. I don't know, man. Like I said, I couldn't back anything up. But thank you, Tony, for letting me know that. It's horrible. That's
one of the best drummers that Ozzy had was Randy Castillo. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Yeah.
But he's one of the best. Yeah, and I know he passed away years ago, but he was one of my favorite drummers too.
Yeah, that was horrible, but. Vito Bratta took a lot of time off from White Lion. He went to take care of his father, and then he never got back into the music game, man. He just never. So Mike Tramp, the singer, of White Lion, has been going around doing like these little acoustic things, singing those great hits, but they sound so weak with an acoustic, and without Vito being there, it's like, what are you doing? So
I know he was like
It's like he's just hanging on to that little bit of. I mean, he'll get in his car and drive across wherever to do a show. Now I'm sure it's not happening now because of COVID, but
if anybody's listening and understands or knows any about this, I forgot my train of thought. I'll get back to you on that. What the hell was I thinking about?
Happens to me all the time, man. Welcome to the 50s.
Right? When did you turn 50, Joe?
May 3rd of last year.
May 3rd. And I'm still amazed you remember my birthday, and I'm embarrassed I don't remember yours.
It's all good, man. It's all good. But yeah, so those are some great music that came out in the 80s, man. I always loved White Lion. I didn't like every song, but there was
there was like two or three. I never bought an album, but I appreciated them for what they were.
Yeah, every album seemed to have two or three good songs that I really liked, and of course, Wait was their big hit. I always liked that, but my favorite White Lion song was Little Fighter. I always thought that was a
that was a good song.
I love that song.
I know they did Radar Love. They covered
that.
Radar Love. Originally, I don't know who did it.
I don't, a golden
But,
earring.
that was
I
a good
think.
song.
I think golden earring. I did it originally. I think. But
You know, all the song. You know, you do a lot of songs, and you have the backing tracks, and you never do a Guns N' Roses song. You not care for them?
never was a big Guns N' Roses fan, and another big reason that you wouldn't want to do a Guns N' Roses song on YouTube is because more than likely it would get blocked. And
Really?
there's certain artists that you can't cover on YouTube because whoever owns the rights to that music don't want people covering their music, which is stupid. You know, it's we got David Stafford is in the house. Thank you very much, man, for being in here. He says hello to you as well, Ralph. Thank you, man.
Well, hey, Dave. Yeah, I've seen you on.
Here. Thank
I've
you.
watched a lot of your videos. That's cool, Dave. You
man.
seem to be a cool guy.
He is a very cool guy. He's a very talented musician, and if you need a concrete wall built or a chicken coop, you can have it built in like 3 hours. So
Well, all right then. That's a strange plug.
it's an inside
Chicken
joke.
coop, really? Yeah, I need a chicken coop.
Inside,
Absolutely.
it's an inside joke. But no, I'm just playing, Dave. I just lost my train of thought too. But yeah, so
Thank you so much.
yeah. So the bands you can't cover on YouTube. Okay, here's a handful of them. The Eagles, you can't cover none of their music. Okay, and
Even if the backing track is done by other people, you still can't do that song.
You can't. I mean, because see, YouTube has something called
Do
an
it, Joe.
algorithm.
Do it.
No, I've tried it, and it got blocked. As soon as the video got
Really?
uploaded, that's what I'm telling you. YouTube has this thing called an algorithm, and it detects. It's like a blueprint, and so if
Gotcha.
they have millions of songs in this algorithm. So you see what I'm saying? So if you upload your track, and they've already got theirs stored in their history banks or whatever,
Once
and
it detects,
once it matches up, they're like, "Ooh, they can't. That's not allowed," and they automatically block your video. So it's mainly the classic rock artist. There's a couple of '80s artists, but not many. But it's like I said, the Eagles, the Beatles, Prince had. I tried covering "Let's Go Crazy" on my channel, and as soon as it got uploaded, it was blocked.
but you did Purple Rain.
Purple Rain you can do, and you can do Little Red Corvette. You can do that.
What?
But some of his songs you just can't, because whoever owns the rights to those
got
certain
you.
songs is not letting, which to me is really stupid, because if you're not letting people cover your music, then you're killing that music. So
Right.
why do we play music? Because we love those songs. It
Yes.
inspires me to want to play. I'm like, man, I love that song. I'd love to learn how to play it, and
once you figure it out, it's so satisfying.
there's a lot of work that goes into trying to put the puzzle together and figure it out. And when you do that, you're like, oh man, I found it. Doesn't matter if it could be the simplest song, it could be the most intricate song. It doesn't matter. But if you put the time in, it's just like with anything. You want to be able to check out, especially with this generation here. With everything now is a video generation with YouTube and everything. I mean, very rarely are you going to see somebody put anything on YouTube without any video to it. There's a couple of boneheads out there that I've seen that they put something up on their channel, but it's no video, it's just audio. And I'm like, what is that? I mean, these are like big time channels. And I was like, what are they doing? And they didn't do that long, because people, if you're getting on YouTube, are you getting on there just to listen? If you're going to do that, you just might as well listen to the radio. But if you're on your YouTube, you want to watch and listen to what's going on. It's a video format. You know what I mean? So
It's a whole encompassing experience.
It's a whole different thing, man. So
I just come up with a couple bands for you. You remember Trickster?
Sure. Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Trickster?
Oh God, yeah. 1 in a Million. I love that song. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Warrant. That's a lot of those bands. I don't think they got the credit they deserved. I think they were more talented than people gave them credit for. Warrant was one of them. Warrant had a couple good songs, man.
I always thought
was a good
Warrant
band.
was great, man. Warrant was incredible. I hate Janie Lane he's not with us anymore. He took his own
Yeah.
life. I don't know.
He had some
It's
issues.
pretty sad. Pretty sad.
Yeah.
But Nelson Rodriguez, how you doing? Mike himself is in the house as well. Thank y'all very much for being here. Yeah, so it's we have officially become like the old men in the crowd.
I know. I never
you know
thought.
what I'm saying? I mean, it's like when I see like through the years, like my stepdaughter when she was still living here, she'd come in the driveway and you hear that, whatever. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I was like. Okay, and it's just all the different younger people were listening. And I was like, whatever happened to, some jam and rock and roll? It's like it's gone.
What, talent? I'm sorry to say that, but talent?
Well, no, you're right. I mean, in my opinion, yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I know it takes some effort to put that stuff together, but it's just not my thing. I can't get it. They all sound the same.
It's not my thing either. Mike himself says he has an ice cold Miller High Life in front of him. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Let's see. Old man Joe Bumble says, yeah, that's me.
That name right there. Say that name again. Old man.
Old man Joe.
That reminded me of. Do you remember the band Ugly Kid Joe?
I couldn't stand them. Man.
Ugly Kid Joe. Why? Because I had your name in it.
No, no, because I just couldn't stand their music. I just
Right.
didn't like it. It was on the borderline of kind of grungy and rap and something. I was like, this sucks.
Well,
man.
and for those who don't know, Joe, that's not his name. His name is Joey, and he dropped the Y somewhere down the road, didn't you?
Yeah, when I became like
used to be
13 or something.
No, it was later than that. You said, I'm tired
Okay.
to be called. Don't call me Joey.
Okay, when I was 33. All right, but but yeah. So Nathan in the chat, he says, I gotta get. See old man Joe. I can't see. I gotta get it closer to my freaking face. Nathan says Warrant is probably the most underrated. Underrated guitar players. He says, along with here's a name. Here's a name. I'm going to see if you're familiar with this guitar player.
All right.
He was one of my favorites, and you don't hear much about him today, but I'll give you a hint. He actually played in Poison during one album and one tour.
So we're not talking about CC DeVille, obviously.
CC at this time, let's see if you know and see if people in the, well, it don't matter. Nathan done put the name in there, but
who is it?
CC got kicked out for a while because him and Brett had a fight,
I heard CC played for Warrant for a little while or did some solos for them.
Well,
I don't know if that's true, but what are you getting at? Let me tell me the name.
The guitar player that I know, Richie Kotzen, was in Poison for a while too, but he got kicked off. He got kicked off because he slept with the I think the bass player's wife. Yeah,
it always
slept
comes
with the
back to
bassist,
sex, doesn't it?
Bobby Dahl or whatever. He slept with his wife, and the other band members found out and kicked his ass off the tour bus in the middle of the desert.
Now, I always thought he was one of the worst drummers ever. Bobby Dahl for Poison.
No, Bobby Dahl was the bass player. Ricky Rocket was the drummer.
Ricky Rocket. He's one of the worst. Oh my God.
Yeah, Richie Kotzen. Yeah, he.
Bobby Dahl. You're right. That's the bass player.
Mike himself chimes in and says C.C. DeVille played the solo on Cherry Pie by Warrant. I didn't.
That's
know that.
what I thought he played for Warrant. Some solos for Warrant. I thought he did.
I didn't know that. But the guitar player I'm wanting to tell you about was a man by the name of Blues Saraceno. He was on one of
Saraceno sounds familiar, but Blues
Saraceno, he's incredible, man. And he's more.
Is he like one of those solo guys like Joe Satriani and that?
He had. Do you remember back in the day when Guitar for the Practicing Musician had these? Back then they were cassettes, but they put out their own albums, and it was just different guitar players on the front and back. Like Nuno Betancourt did an instrumental, and
Nuno's amazing. I think I have one of those cassettes that you're talking about in there. I really do believe I do.
Well, Blues would sometimes contribute to that, and plus he put out a few albums, I guess through his own label or something. But then he got into like the pedal industry for a while called Dirty Boy Pedals or something. And so I don't know. I'm not sure what he's doing now, but he's always been an amazing guitar player, man. I was like, damn, it was just incredible.
Right. He's just at another level, right?
Oh, yeah. Very, very high level. Yeah. Yeah. It's just,
there's all that theory and all this kind of stuff. And like, I don't have time for that.
yeah, I don't either. That's why all my stuff always sounds the same. We got Mike as himself would like to know if you could please show off a couple of those Jacksons behind you, because he just popped in.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll present you so we can see them.
Sure, absolutely.
Uh-oh, your phone fell.
Yeah, I saw that.
The earbuds will do that. It's okay.
This is one of my prized possessions right here, a Randy Rhoads edition, Flying V. Jackson.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
It's one of my favorites. Let me see if I can hang that back up without. Now, this is a guitar that I received from Joe.
Uh-oh.
This is one of Joe's. If he
It's
remembers
not mine,
it or
it's
not.
yours.
It's not a fancy guitar. It's a Yamaha.
Oh,
But it
I
is
remember that
one
guitar.
of my. Don't you? It's one of my favorite guitars, man. It's one of my go-tos.
Wow.
Yeah, that's yours. You remember that?
I remember that guitar, but I don't remember giving it.
Yeah, here's another one, Joe. This is a guitar that Joe helped me buy at a guitar show, I think here in Spartanburg, 20-something years ago.
And this
This
is the
is
story.
called, this is a wind song, okay? That sounds generic as fuck, right? But it's a beautiful guitar. Look at it. Is that
It's got
not
a beautiful. It's a beautiful top, but
fucking beautiful.
see that is the story that I do not remember at all. I don't remember.
I know.
I don't
know you
remember
don't.
that.
You helped me. You kicked in like $100 and helped me finish paying for this guitar. One of my favorites. It's so beautiful.
That is a beautiful guitar.
I know. Well, and of course I got the Charvel that we were discussing earlier.
That still looks gorgeous.
I know. I know it does. I know you talked about earlier when remember when you come to play it and the strings were so rusty. But I used to have a sweating problem with my hands, man. Cut me some slack. And of course I have
here's the new one.
That's my brand new Jackson right here. I think on the screen it looks pink, but it's actually orange.
No, it looks orange. Yeah, it's
Does
beautiful.
it look orange?
Yeah, it's
and if you can tell, I have a certain style that I like.
yeah.
That's
But
all
yeah,
right.
that's all right, man. That's okay.
And I've got a couple other ones, but I'm not gonna reach for them right now.
No, that's cool. I thank you for sharing that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
That's awesome.
Of course, I've
That's
got
awesome.
a whole drum section that I can't show, but
That's nice. Now you're a drum. You have electronic drum kit. Now I was trying to tell Jim about your drum kit earlier, and I couldn't remember who's the.
It's an
maker
Alesis drum set. Okay,
it's an Alesis. Okay.
and the reason I stick with the electronic drums is because I can plug it directly into my recorder. Now, if I get a real drum set, I've got to mic everything.
Got to mic everything. Yeah.
And if you think you have cable problems, I would have cable problems. You think you got cables all over the ground? That would be a thing. And I mean, I can get the exact sound that I want. I mean, the bass can sound like thunder, the bass drum, and I do a lot of. And once I got a double bass pedal, that opened up a whole other world to me, which I used in that little ditty that we played earlier. I used the double bass a lot because I finally got it to a point to where it's instinctual. I don't even know that I'm doing it. The double bass, I don't have to try it. It's muscle memory,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Awesome. That is awesome, man. Now,
I mean,
what would you say out of your guitar collection? What is your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Right now, it's the
The new
Orange Jackson.
Oh, okay.
It is my favorite, and I love the sound of my Flying V. But we've discussed the issues with Flying V, haven't we?
It's not the most comfortable guitar to play.
It's not. You can't rest it on your leg. And for me personally, the way the strap pins are on the guitar, if I stand up and play, it's pushing toward my head.
Yeah.
And missing that finger, I have to have it at a certain angle to work with me. So, but I love the sound. I love the look. It's just not a practical guitar.
Yeah, it's awesome. I've always Love that guitar. I love the way it looks as well. I love the color. The color looks really
Yeah.
cool too. I like the color.
I have a beautiful purple bass. And coincidentally, it's a Jackson too, but it's hanging
So
on the
that-
wall. I can't reach it over there.
No, that's fine. So the
if I had
Jacksons
it.
aren't. The Jacksons weren't on purpose. That's just what you saw
No,
at the time. And you got it.
coincidental. Yep.
Wow. How
All
about
coincidental.
That's crazy. Okay, that's cool. Well, that's all right. How many guitars do you have?
I would love to own a Kramer or two, but I don't. Do they even still make Kramer? I haven't seen one.
They do actually. They still
Do they?
make them. They still make them. Yeah. I want to say that now we're getting into a territory that I don't really know much about. I'm sure some people in the chat could let me know, but I want to say like Gibson owns Kramer now.
Really?
And like I told you earlier, I found out that Fender owns Jackson and Charvel. Fender owns that, and it's like all
I didn't
the big,
know that.
the big companies like Fender.
They
and
keep
Gibson
merging, don't they?
Well, Fender and Gibson are still two separate companies, but they're buying up all the little other companies. Kind of like Walmart wanting to be the big boy on the block in every city.
Right.
But
Well, to answer your question, I have 9 guitars. Tell everybody how many you have, Joe.
9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
9 times what?
Nah. We'll keep that on the down low. So yeah.
All right,
we'll
now.
keep that.
All right. You don't want that to be public record.
Yeah, there's Nathan on the chat. He goes, only have 5. He's lying. He's got probably about
Nathan
20.
knows. Nathan knows the truth.
Oh my God!
But you know what? It's an honest addiction you have. It's not hurting anybody.
No,
You're not hurting yourself.
No,
It's
I think they have a term for it. It's called GAS, which stands for Guitar Acquisition Syndrome.
I love it. Gas.
That's
right, then.
really. I have a T-shirt that says "I have gas," and it says "Guitar Acquisition
Guitar
Syndrome" in
Acquisition
small
Syndrome.
letters. In small letters, it's funny because people are like, "He's promoting he has gas." That's gross, but it's not. Oh yeah, Mike's himself chimes in. He says Kramer has a new Snake Sabo model and a Tracy Guns model. So we know Snake Sabo was
from
one of the Skid Row, one of the guitarists for Skid Row, right?
Right.
And that
Jake the Snake Sabo.
Yeah, and that guitar looks amazing. Have you seen that?
I have
green
not.
guitar, that green Kramer. It's got the the snake on and it's got it looks really good. Bumblelist says he has 3 electric guitars. Nathan says with all the guitars he has, it's hurting his bank account. So I think we all can relate to that.
Ask Nate how many does Nathan really have? Ask him.
Yeah, Nathan, you heard the man. He wants to know how many you got.
I mean, how many you really have?
I want to guess and say he's probably got. I don't know. He probably got close to 20. I think.
That's
like
that's 20.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So him and his dad here, we're pretty much on the. There it is, 23. 23. So we're on the same level there. That's awesome. Wow. So yeah. And you have some through the years, and then you sell some or whatever, and then I've over the years I've gave Nathan some of the ones that I've had, because you remember what it was like when we were young like that, man. It was hard to go out and buy a guitar. It was just.
Oh man, well absolutely.
It's not the easiest thing,
No, so you gotta keep what you have, and because once you get rid of something, you're never going to get it back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I got to plug my phone up, man.
Oh, okay. So, oh, Nathan, he's looking at a Charvel. He says right now he's looking at a Charvel. I think he's looking at a Satchel model. Satchel from, as we know from Steel Panther, has his own model out now. Very cool.
Once he said Steel Panther, that reminded me of Steel Heart. You know Steel Heart?
Yeah. I remember them from that one song. Yeah.
What, from that movie, Rockstar?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That's Steelheart was the band from the 80s, had that one ballad that was big time, right? You're thinking of, I think I think Rockstar. I think that was Still Dragon or something. I think was the name of that.
That was the name of
make-believe.
the band, but the singer from Steelheart did the singing for that movie. So that little movie trivia for you.
Thank you very much. That's very interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm walking around grabbing a charger for my phone, but I got an issue with that nonsense because the charger to my phone is the same plug that my headphones go into. So there's the
okay.
thing.
We'll go ahead and wrap this up then, because I don't want you to.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and. We'll, yeah. Nathan says real quick, he sang on "We All Die Young" and "Blood Pollution."
Yes,
in the Rockstar.
That was
movie.
amazing. I love that song. Yes, "We All Die Young." Yep.
And Jeff Scott Soto sang on the rest of the songs. Nathan says, "Wow, very cool." All right, that's that's awesome. Well, we're going to go ahead and end this because Ralph's phone will be dying soon, so we don't want to lose him while we're still alive. We want to go ahead and cut this off. But I want to say thank you to everybody who took the time to come in here and spend some time with us and hear us talk about old times and guitars. And Ralph, I'd love to be able to do this again sometime if you were.
Play the song again on your way out, man.
Okay, we'll play this. We'll play the song again, and then we'll go ahead and end it. And thank you, Ralph, for taking the time to be here. Don't go anywhere. If you can stick around for just a minute, I'll be right with you. And
absolutely.
All right, here we go. This is the song Ralph's Jam #1 that we did last night virtually here. So thank y'all again. Have a wonderful night.